By the late 1980s, a revolution had begun. The USS Bunker Hill, the first warship armed with the Mark 41 vertical launch system, had introduced a terrifying new potential for naval firepower. The theory was sound: a grid of missiles, ready to fire in an instant, creating a weapon that was as fast as the Aegis combat system's electronic brain. But a theory, no matter how brilliant, is not a doctrine. A single prototype, no matter how successful in trials, is not a proven battle winner. The question hanging over the entire multi-billion-dollar investment was immense.
Simulations are worse than anticipated.
Was this new system truly robust? Could it withstand the grit, the chaos, and the relentless strain of high-intensity warfare? Skepticism lingered in the halls of naval power. The old twin-arm launchers were mechanical, understood for decades. This new VLS system was a complex marriage of hardware, software, and high explosives. What if the complex code failed under the electronic warfare environment of a real conflict? What if the network connecting the radar to the launch sequencers had a fatal bug? The stakes were astronomical. An entire generation of warships, the future of the American surface fleet, was being built around this unproven concept. The revolution started by Bunker Hill needed more than a prototype. It needed a successor. It needed a ship that could not only carry the new technology, but could take it into the heart of a war zone and prove, without a shadow of a doubt, that the VLS revolution was real, reliable, and overwhelmingly lethal. That successor was commissioned on February 21, 1987. She was the USS Mobile Bay, CG-53, the 7th Aegis cruiser and one of the very first to be built from the keel up with the integrated Mark 41 vertical launch system. She was not just another ship in the class. She was a validation. Her mission was to take the bleeding-edge technology of her predecessor and turn it into a battle-ready standard. From the moment of her commissioning, the Mobile Bay was destined for the proving ground. She was built for a new kind of war, and that war was brewing in the deserts of the Middle East. When Saddam Hussein's forces invaded Kuwait in 1990, the USS Mobile Bay, alongside the USS Bunker Hill, was among the first Aegis cruisers to steam towards the Persian Gulf. The theory was about to face the ultimate test. On January 17, 1991, the proving began. As part of the first wave of attacks in Operation Desert Storm, the USS Mobile Bay unleashed a volley of BGM-109 Tomahawk cruise missiles against strategic targets deep inside Iraq. Over the course of the war, she would fire a total of 22 Tomahawks, demonstrating the VLS's profound offensive power. But her most critical role was defensive. As an air warfare commander for one of the carrier battle groups, she was the digital quarterback, the guardian of the fleet. Her Aegis system and VLS cells, loaded with standard missiles, formed an impenetrable shield over some of the world's most vital and congested waterways. The Mobile Bay's performance was flawless. She tracked thousands of air contacts, coordinated Allied air defenses, and ensured that not a single Allied ship in her sector was harmed by air or missile attack. She did more than just prove that. The VLS could fire missiles. She proved the entire Aegis VLS ecosystem could dominate a complex multi-threat environment under the extreme pressures of war. She proved the system was not a fragile prototype, but a hardened weapon of war. Alongside Bunker Hill, she wrote the modern rulebook for naval air defense and land attack, a doctrine forged in the fires of the Gulf War, and one that continues to this day. The revolution was complete. The VLS was now the undisputed heart of the fleet. The Gulf War was just the beginning of a service life that spanned over 36 years. The USS Mobile Bay became a venerable workhorse of the Pacific Fleet. She was on station during the Third Taiwan Strait crisis, providing stability in a volatile region. She deployed in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom, returning to the waters where she first proved her mettle. She participated in countless international exercises, from RIMPAC to joint drills with the Japanese and South Korean navies, serving as a platform of diplomacy and a symbol of American commitment.
Current trajectory.
Her career demonstrated not just the initial power of the VLS, but its longevity, adaptability, and enduring relevance through decades of technological and geopolitical change. On August 10, 2023, the watch of the USS Mobile Bay came to an end. Her name now belongs to history, but her legacy is not in her steel, but in the doctrine she helped to forge. She was the ship that took a revolutionary concept and proved its worth in the heat of battle. She confirmed that the future of naval warfare lay in the silent waiting cells of the vertical launch system. Every time a modern destroyer or cruiser stands guard, it's VLS ready. It does so on the foundation of the lessons learned and the legacy cemented by the USS Mobile Bay. Her story is a crucial reminder that innovation requires validation. It honors the quiet professionals, the workhorse ships that follow the pioneers and turn groundbreaking ideas into